Welcome my dear children of class 11. Today we are going to learn a new phylum Ctenophora. One of the primitive phyla. We have learned Cnidaria, then before that we learned Porifera. Now this is the third phylum, that is Ctenophora. First of all, let me explain what is meant by Ctenophora. As I told earlier, every phylum has phylum name has one feature in it, that is Ctenophora comes from Cteno. Ctene means comb. There are 8 comb plates present in them in their body, so that's why they are also called comb jellies. So you can say Ctenophora or comb jellies because of the comb plate. How many? 8 comb plates are present. So the meaning of ctene is comb. So Ctenophora means comb jellies or having comb plates. Okay. Then its general characteristics of the animal kingdom, that is radially symmetrical. Like the other two phyla, earlier two phyla, they are also radially symmetrical. Then germ layers, 2 germ layers, that is ectoderm and endoderm. So they are called a diploblastic. And body wall has 2 layers. One is epidermis, developed from the ectoderm, and gastrodermis, developed from the endoderm. There is no mesoderm. So they are diploblastic. And epidermis has an outer layer as well as an inner layer, and gastrodermis gives rise to canals. And then another speciality in this phylum is they have a balancing organ called a statocyst. This is the organ for defense also and for balancing the body while moving. So this is specially present in this phylum. Now let us see some more general characteristics. Okay, commonly called sea walnuts. They are exclusively marine. We have learnt Porifera and Cnidaria, marine as well as freshwater forms are there. But phylum Ctenophora are the animals are exclusively marine, radially symmetrical, that is body can be divided into 2 equal halves through any plane. Then diploblastic, that is 2 germ layers, and tissue level of organization. Like in Cnidaria, here also this phylum also animals have tissue level of organization, that is cells are organized into tissues. Okay, remember Porifera cellular level, and Cnidaria tissue level, and Ctenophora also tissue level of organization. Then earlier this phylum, this was also included in Coelenterata or Cnidaria, but because of some differences, a slight advancement is there. That is why they are classified now separately into Ctenophora. Then their body bear external rows of ciliated plates with, that help in locomotion. So these ciliated plates we were talking about, comb plate which has cilia, okay, and that helps in locomotion. And digestion is both extra and intracellular. Extracellular digestion, which is outside the cell, and intracellular digestion partially, just like in Cnidaria. Then another very important feature in them is bioluminescence. Bioluminescence means they emit light, they shine, especially in night. Okay, in the water they will shine because they emit light. So bioluminescence is seen in them. This is the most important characteristic. See, luminous means something which is shining. Bio means living things. So bioluminescence is seen. Just like firefly, you may have seen at night, firefly also shows bioluminescence. So this phylum Ctenophora, the animals show bioluminescence. Sexes are not separate, so they are bisexual, hermaphrodites. It's a primitive characteristic. Then but they promote cross fertilization. Okay, reproduction by sexual means, so cross fertilization takes place even though they are hermaphrodites. because either the male reproductive organs mature first or female reproductive organ mature first. They don't mature simultaneously. Then external fertilization. So external fertilization is a characteristic of aquatic organism. So fertilization takes place in water and development is indirect. Indirect means the larval stages are there. Okay, the young ones formed are different from the adults, and they are larvae, and this larvae undergoes metamorphosis, that is a series of changes in order to become adult. So two main examples or familiar examples, one is Pleurobrachia and second is Ctenoplana, and then one more is there. I'll show you the images here. This is called Pleurobrachia, okay, and this is Bolinopsis juni, and these are the body parts. See the complete we are talking of, these are the complete. See 1, 2, 3, 4 and the other side 4. So 8 completes are there which have cilia and which help them in locomotion. Then they have tentacles, and in the tentacles, these are the tentacles, also ciliated, and some special cells called coloblasts are present in this cilia, which help them in capturing the prey. Like in Cnidaria you have learnt, in the tentacles cnidoblasts are there, and here coloblasts are there. Okay. So then one more reason why they are separated, they have a complete digestive system. That is, digestive system has two openings. One is the mouth and the other is the anal pores. Okay, instead of anus they have anal pores here, and one balancing organ also present near to it. Statocyst I told you, and statocyst, the balancing, body balancing while movement. These organs are also present, or these structures are present in this region. Okay, and then this is what is bioluminescence. See, in water, especially in night, we can see they shine because they emit light. Okay, the property of emitting light by a living organism is called bioluminescence. This is again, and here is a detailed diagram again. See, tentacles are covered by a tentacle sheath. Okay, and then there is a meridional canal is there, and then this is somewhat a digestive system, though not well developed, but there is a pharynx, mouth, pharynx, and this is the anal pore here, and near that it is the statocyst. Okay, this is what I was telling. This is a balancing organ, and also it helps them to defend the body. Okay, and this tentacles have these lateral filaments. Then comes to similarities between, let us have a comparative account of both the phyla. Similarities between phylum Cnidaria and phylum Ctenophora. As I told you earlier, Ctenophora were included in phylum Cnidaria or Coelenterata itself, but later, because of certain differences, some little more advancement in their body structure, that is why they are classified now separately into Ctenophora. But there are certain similarities. Let us see first the similarities. Number one, tissue level of organization, then diploblastic, then radially symmetrical, then acoelomate. Okay, acoelomate means there is no true body cavity. There is no body cavity, neither true coelom nor pseudocoelom. Acoelomate, there is no body cavity because they don't have a mesoderm. Then digestion is extracellular and intracellular. So this is also similarity. Then hermaphrodites, indirect development, and sensory nerve nets are present in both. So some of these are, I think most of the similarities are here. Then they have differences also. Let us see the differences. Exclusively marine. I have written only about Ctenophora here. Cnidaria are freshwater as well as marine. Some of them like Hydra live in freshwater, but Ctenophora exclusively marine. Then bioluminescence, production and emission of light by a living organism. So bioluminescence, this is how they one of the point they differ from, or feature they differ from Cnidaria. Then in Cnidaria we have seen polyp and medusa forms both are there, or polyp is the mobile form we have learned, but polyp is the sessile form and mobile forms are there, but here only mobile, free living, free moving forms are there, okay, and no polyforms. Then complates we have seen, and they are motile, they are always, all of them are motile. Complete digestive system in Ctenophora, that is mouth and anus, okay, whereas Cnidaria have blind sac body plan, isn't it? Only mouth, that is mouth and anus, that is food is mouth and anus, waste is also eliminated through the same opening. So that is a sort of blind sac body plan, and here it is complete digestive system. Then only sexual reproduction, only external fertilization, okay, there is no asexual form. We have learned that polyp sexually reproduces and give rise to medusa form, that is free swimming form, but here polyforms are not there, so there is no asexual reproduction, there is only sexual reproduction and only external reproduction, fertilization. Then Cnidarians show both the external and internal fertilization, and this is what I was telling, coloblast, unique multicellular structures widespread in the tentacles. This is used to capture the prey, okay, coloblasts are used to capture the prey. In Cnidoblast you have seen in Cnidaria you have seen Cnidoblast. So here that Cnidoblasts are present in the tentacle, here coloblasts are present in the tentacles, and this coloblasts contain adhesive which stick to the prey, glued to the prey, so prey cannot escape. Okay, Cnidoblast releases certain toxins we have learnt. Okay, so these are the differences, and again a summary, most of the points are covered, just let us go through. Cnidaria referred to a phylum containing invertebrate with a specialized stinging structures in the tentacles. The Cnidoblast we have seen, these are called the Comb-jellies because they are now separated from Coelenterata into Ctenophora. Okay, Comb-jellies because of the comb plates. Then radial symmetry, this is also radial symmetry but biradial symmetry. Then highly diversified, show less diversity, and live in both freshwater and marine habitat, live exclusively in marine habitat. This is what I have explained. Show alternation of generation, that is polyp sexually reproduces and give rise to medusa, medusa sexually reproduces and form polyp, but this does not show alternation of generation because they have only medusa forms. Then possess both polyp and medusa, this is only medusa stage. Sessile or free swimming, that is polyp and medusa, they swim by complete, only free moving or free swimming forms. Then contain an incomplete digestive system, this contain a complete digestive system because mouth and anal pores are there, two openings to the digestive system. Then can be either unisexual or hermaphrodites, these are only hermaphrodites. Okay, then these are few of the examples, and classes are there, this you will learn in higher classes. Now see some of the common examples you have to learn, which is very important. Jellyfish, corals, hydra and sea anemones are some examples, and here comb-jellies, we have learned different examples here. I will show you the diagram again. Okay, Pleurobrachia, one of the common animal here, and Bolinopsis, and one more common, this is Ctenoplana. So these common names you have to remember as examples. So I hope you have understood. Thank you very much. This is the end of the video, and wait for the next video. Thank you very much.